Here's what I learned in biochem that got me this physique. Spoiler, it doesn't matter what you eat. I eat like absolute shit, as some of you might say, and yet I still look like this. So let's talk about how carbs are broken down. Carbs are, as you know, carbohydrates, and all carbs get broken down into either glucose or one of these intermediates that all get broken down into pyruvate. Then pyruvate gets turned into acetyl-CoA, and acetyl-CoA gets fed into the Krebs cycle where it makes a bunch of stuff. Then all that stuff goes through the ETC to pump protons through, which then come back down and spin this little thing over here, which then makes ATP, which is the energy your body uses. Why does this all matter? Well, you'll see that pretty much everything gets broken down and put into the same place to get ATP. Fats, they get broken down into acetyl-CoA, fed into the Krebs cycle, and then it goes through the chain again to make ATP. So everything, the goal of the body is to make ATP, to make energy. So all the stuff you eat gets converted into the same thing. So why does it matter if you fuss about how many fats, carbs, or how much protein you're eating? And with a lot of proteins that are glucogenic, these ones here, they get fed into the Krebs cycle, the same cycle we've been talking about, and get turned back into glucose. To wrap it all together, your body can turn glucose into fat. So when you have way too much sugar, you have too much calories, too much energy, your body will turn that sugar into fat. It goes into acetyl-CoA, like we talked about, and then acetyl-CoA gets synthesized into fat. It's the reverse of beta oxidation, which is the breakdown of fat into acetyl-CoA. So this shows that it's all about the calories. If you eat too much, the glucose is going to be synthesized into fat, and if you don't eat enough, then it's not going to get synthesized into fat, and that glucose is going to get turned into energy and used as energy. Once your body has ran out of glucose, which it gets from glycogen stores in your liver and your muscles, then it will turn to fat. It will turn that fat into acetyl-CoA, and then it's going to be fed through the cycle we've talked about and turned into energy. But again, if you're not in a deficit, it's not going to break down the fat.